Hi everyone, how are you all? Well, as I said previously, I'm in a real stash busting mood. So I have gone through some of my very, very old papers, and I am on a mission because I don't know about you, but I bought papers that I loved. I loved them so much I couldn't bear to cut them up. And then about 10 years down the line, I'm thinking, why on earth did I never use these papers? So these kits are actually, I would like to say, quite vintage, because some of these papers I've had for many, many years. So I've made up some different stash kits, and I'm on a mission to use things up. Now these ones are some very old names here. Cosmo Cricket, I don't even know if they're still going anymore. This one is from 2009. So 11 years old. I absolutely love this piece of paper, and I think I bought the whole collection for this piece of paper and then I haven't used it. I'm pretty sure I must have had two, because I've said before I like to have one to cut, one to stroke. Then this is another one from this same line. That one's a little bit loud. I went for the Spots 2009 once again. So as you can see, this is quite a springtime yellow sort of kit. This is what I'm going for. This one is October Afternoon. I loved October Afternoon so much that I still have loads and loads of papers left. This is actually from 2010. Oh, it's fairly new then in comparison. Again, I loved this piece of paper. Absolutely loved it. Don't think I ever used one. And this is from 2010 again. And I've actually gone for the stripe there because it's the same sort of colour as that flower there, and I have realised that I use this colour an awful lot in my scrapbooking, which is probably why I bought so many papers in that colour. This again is October Afternoon. I didn't go for this paper. I went for this one here, and again that's 2009. This one, October Afternoon again. I don't know why I ever bought it with this. I was never ever going to use this side, was I? I mean, but I think I can get away with using this Spot. This one is slightly older again. This is 2008. And this again is October Afternoon. I haven't gone for this side. I've gone for the grid, the blue grid. So even though, as you say, this paper is positively ancient in scrapbooking terms, I still think they can still be used up. 2007. I'd only been scrapbooking 3 years. And I've gone for this side because this was my original piece of paper that I started with here. This is 9 to 5 Coffee Break October Afternoon from 2012. Oh my word, this is really recent. And I thought this one was very similar to that colour there. So I picked that up. I didn't like that pattern at all. I must have bought it for the Spots. So I've gone for that one there. Again, this is another October Afternoon. This is 2012. And lots of the colours are the same. I quite like that side as well, but I'm probably more likely to use this side. And again, this is 9 to 5. Paid in full. And this is 2012. And I think it was more this side I was thinking here. So there's my paper, and as you can see, it's very yellow. Now it isn't a colour I use very often, so I don't know why on earth I bought so much yellow stuff. But I've built up a little tiny kit now. I say little tiny kit, this will probably last me ages. I've gone through and found lots of ephemera and die cuts. And as you can see, these are quite recent because I think some of these are Maggie Holmes. Then I've got these. I've had these. I don't know whether is picking this up at all. It's like a resistance thing on it. So when you add ink to it, it shows up the pattern. I've had those years. I love them so much. I think I bought 2 packs of them, and I think they're still intact. I thought some gold elements would be nice. Once again, I've got this one here. Some cameras. This is absolutely stunning. This is from Bramble Fox. So as you can see, I'm trying to mix up newer items with much older items. Again, this is Bramble Fox. I love the turquoise and will go nicely with some of the papers in here. I've also added in some washi because I have about 5 billion rolls of it. Almost as much as I've got brads. So I've added in a bag of brads because, you know, I use enamel dots and Nuvo drops. Brads do exactly the same thing. And I've got about 29 trillion of them to use. Little doilies. These are little Stampin' Up doilies because you won't be surprised to hear they've also got a bit of a doily fetish going on. Then, as I say, more ephemera here. Some more of the resistance things. I've got a couple of journaling things then in the similar sort of colours. This little girl, I think, is a Jen Hadfield die cut. So I've got that one as well. I've got these sticky sort of metallic elements. As you can see, I didn't know what to call them. I've got these little bows. Wooden items. That's another thing that I've collected. I think I put that one in the wrong set. I was going to put that one in another kit I've got to show you. So some wooden buttons, some little tabs. This. Again, I've got a huge collection of those. I don't think I've ever used one. More wooden buttons, a little paper clip, and I've also put in some gold thread. So that's that kit. So I think hopefully if I can get all that used, I will be feeling extremely proud. I've just got to make sure I don't reward myself by buying new items because the whole thing is to try to use up what I've got. And you know, if I'm doing albums for other people as presents, they are not going to look at this and think, wow, she bought that paper in 2007, I've been shortchanged. They're just going to look at the memories. Now, I don't know about you, this was another thing that I had a passion for buying. Paper flowers. Well, over the years, I must have bought thousands of them. So I'm going to see if I can use them in a more modern way. I had this doily from somewhere, I have no idea where, so I'm going to use that up. I love these Studio Calico little words, 2014. I had this in a recent scrapbook kit in a class, and some of the colours go really well with the kit I built up. I've just got a few of these left to use, so I'm going to see if I can get rid of those. Then, here's my ephemera pieces. I'm doing it the wrong way around now. I should do my papers, but I'm sure you'll forgive me. Again, I think that's Jen Hadfield. So as you can see, I've just gone through all my ephemera and die cuts and gone for anything in similar colours to the papers. So I've got lots of tags and these little things here. Loads of tags in this kit because of the colours. I then added in some modern day, listen to me, Bramble Fox things, Adore Today. I love this one. This says for you, and this is more of a rose gold. I've also added in some rolls of washi in the colours. Flare badges, that's another thing that I've got a thing for collecting. So I've got some of those. I had these, I've used quite a few, but I've got a few left. These are Jen Hadfield again. Wooden buttons, little die cut pieces there. I've also got this pack of frames, some dark pink, some pale pink. I'd like to make a little bit of a dent in those. Then I've got some more brads, but I also, when I have little tiny offcuts of paper that I really like, because I haven't got enough to do in my life, I then sit and cut out little tiny hearts with a punch, not fussy cutting or anything, so that I'm going to use some of those up. I've also got these are My Mind's Eye veneer pieces. I thought I could try and use some of those. And these are my actual papers. Oh, there's another die cut there. I had this sticker sheet. This is a Webster's Pages one. I had this in a big collection pack. I'm going to try and use those up. This one is Fancy Pants 2010. And I think I went for it for this side. I need to find, this is my starting piece of paper, which is gorgeous. This is American Crafts, and that's from 2010. And I went for that side there because of all these different colours in it. So that was my first piece that I went for. And then from that, I chose this one, which again is American Crafts. I haven't got my glasses on and I can't quite see the date on it. Let's have a look. Nope, can't. I don't think there is a date on that one. So I've gone for that one there. This is Dear Lizzie. Let me just grab my glasses. At the moment, my arms are not quite long enough for my eyes. This is 2010. This is Dear Lizzie Christmas Peppermint Party. And I went for this pattern here because I don't think polka dots really go out of fashion. This one is Echo Park, Happy Tune, 2012. And I went more for this one here. I like that one, but I think it restricts you slightly. Then this one then, as I say, this is Fancy Pants 2010. This is Bow Bunny. I don't even know if they do Bow Bunny anymore. This is 2009. And I think I went for this side, but looking at that one, that's quite nice as well. So, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. This is Bow Bunny. This is 2009. I went for this one here, and this is Bow Bunny, A Gift of Love. So these ones are actually from the same collection, and this one here. I've never really scrapbooked with brown, but you never know, I might come out of my comfort zone. This one is Double Dot, Bow Bunny again, 2009. I would think that is because it's A Gift of Love. I had this sticker sheet, which as you can see I've used quite a few from, but I'd like to use up more of it. Then this is Fine and Dandy by My Mind's Eye 2010. And I love this one, but as you can see I loved it so much I didn't touch it. This one is Jelly Bean Soup. It's 2011, so this is the baby of this collection here. And I've gone for this colour. And I also found a couple of papers in my offcuts to use. So that is kit number 2. That's like a bit of a loved theme kit. And I am determined to use up some of these flowers. And anything I don't use from these kits, apart from my ephemera and things like that, but any of the papers I don't use, I think I'll be passing on because, well, I've had them in my collection long enough now, and if I haven't used them by now, I don't think I ever will. And I don't really want to pack it all to take to when we move to the new house, to unpack it, and then just to leave it there and find it in another 10 years' time. So this is my third kit that I've made up. Let me find the starting piece of paper, and it's this one. This is so pretty. This is Simple Stories Summer Fresh, and this is 2012, and I've gone for it because of all the selection of colours of papers you can use. So I've got that one. I'm sort of starting the wrong way around here. Then this is 2011 Jelly Bean Soup, and I've gone for this one. As you can see, I have actually used some of it. Then this one is Lily Bee Design. I'm not even sure whether this is still around anymore, and both of them are quite nice. I think it was this colour, this pattern I was going for. This one again is Lily Bee Design, and this is 2012. I went for the yellow. This one is Jelly Bean Soup, Fresh Ginger, 2012, and I went for this butterfly because it matches really nicely with the red flowers there. What I tend to start with, and this is a tip I've picked up off other people, is I usually start with a floral with lots and lots of colours in, and then you can build up from there. This one is 2005, so a year after I started scrapbooking. This is Scenic Route, and I love this one, but looking at that, that's also really pretty. Then 2012 Jelly Bean Soup, I went for this one. Again, Jelly Bean Soup 2009, and I went for the spot, which is quite hard to look at on the screen. So as you can see how dated some of these papers are. But that's not going to stop me. I'm going to keep going. 2010 Fancy Pants. And I think I went for this one here. Jelly Bean Soup 2011. Either of those would be fine. Simple Stories 2012. And again, either of those would be fine, but I like this one. Simple Stories again. This is the same collection. Either of those sides are lovely. And this one has no date on, but that's a nice ledger. So things like this never go out of style. So I don't know why I'm hoarding it and not using it. And then this one I like because it's the two-sided, the two pieces there and on the back, which is very different. So here are the pieces I've put together with it. So I've got this from Simple Stories and 2014 with the letters and the words. I've got this little thing here, which is from Simple Stories again. I love these little phrase pieces. And that, there's no date on that, but I know I've had this quite a while because I've used quite a few of them. I used the pink one in the other kit. I've got this one then in this kit. Bingo cards. Remember when bingo, every collection sort of had bingo cards? Yeah, I've got a huge selection of those to use as well. So all my journaling pieces and tags. And I mean these, I can't remember when I had these, but I know that I've seen them in my collection a lot for a very long time. I think that was a Vicky Boutin one. So as you can see, I got newer items in with older items. But I always say, once my new stuff touches my old stuff, it becomes old. That's how I get away with buying things. I've also got a few more washies. I've had this for ages. Wooden word there. Another ephemera piece. Some date things. Some flair badges. Another word. Wooden words. Craft. Brads again. I'm determined to make a tiny dent in my brads. This was the kit that this should have been in. And I also have these little embellishments here that I had them practically in every colour, as a scrapbookers do. And I know I have made a dent in them, but I still have lots left. So there we go. So they are my kits. I have finished with, I have cancelled my Hip Kit Club subscription now, which was slightly upsetting, but I desperately need to use up some of this stuff because I don't want to have to pack it all. Personally, I think I'll need about 12 trucks as it is just to get it away from here. So let's try and make a dent in it. Hopefully I'll see you soon with my first process video using one of my new kits. And well, let's hope I get inspired. So thank you so much for joining me. Huge welcome to all my new subscribers. If you'd like to see what I get up to with these kits, if you hit the little notification bell down the bottom, and I shall see you very soon. Take care. Hwyl fawr.